Hello everyone and welcome to The Blind Griffin by Asphodel Quartet. This is a free game you can download right now. This was made for a visual novel jam back in 2015. The game, as far as I know, is completely free. You can play the entire thing completely free. Link in the description below to itch.io where you can download it. You can also donate to developers. As far as I know, this is the only game they've done. I don't know if they are working on another one or not. But let's just check the settings out. There's some settings here. Pretty basic stuff. There's some extras, probably just gallery. CG gallery, music box. Characters in the game, ending list. Of course, we don't have any endings. There's 10 endings apparently. Well, let's just get right into it, shall we? Let's just start. The story's, the settings are really cool. Would you like an explanation of how to play? No, I think we're okay. I think we've got it. The glass jar I was holding explodes, sending smoke and bits of glass everywhere. Well, that didn't go the way I wanted it to at all. My mentor ain't had it out this either. I'm probably in for a lecture, but what did he really expect? I mean, I'm new at this. Come on. When I came to San Francisco with my family, I never thought I'd end up becoming a magician in training. It was maybe only number 8 on my list of job choices. Actually, I'm not really sure what I expected. At least there hasn't been a dull moment since I got here. This all started a little over a week ago. As you can see, it is 1925. It's a long time ago, isn't it? It wasn't long after getting here that I decided it was time for me to leave the nest. Don't get me wrong, I love my family. Always will. But I don't want to spend the rest of my life working laundry. Besides, they never came out and said it, but I think my parents are both disappointed that I still haven't middle-aisled it. I don't know, what does that mean? Oh, to get married. Oh! You know, I've never heard that expression used for that. That's interesting. Maybe it's a 20s thing. Whoopsie. I got plenty of offers, sure. But I wasn't about to get married to the first schmuck who asked. I mean, and marrying one of them would meant being a railroad wife or a laundry wife. Nah, I've got my sights set higher. I don't need a man to make things happen for me. Or so I thought. But there weren't exactly a lot of jobs for a Chinese Jane. So even if I was a boy, I don't think I'd have had much luck. Chinese Jane. Jane. Is that her name? Oh, it's just a... Oh, okay. Oh, what is the male equivalent? Joe, you ask? Don't be silly. Joe means coffee. Okay. Whoops, I hit the setting button. My bad. I guess there's a reason so many Chinese people work in laundry. Maybe vaguely racist? Just as I was starting to feel like I'd done a real dumb thing leaving my family, I noticed some things in the air that I ain't never saw before. There were words floating around above me. Shimmering and sparkling words that looked like they were made of smoke. At least, I think they were words. I can't read. Never learned how. Anyhow, I got curious. Formed a trail, and seeing as I had nothing else to do, nowhere to be, I followed where they led. Turns out the end of the smoke trail was what looked like a candy shop. Huh. I wonder who here had made the smoke float in the air and shine like that. But mostly seeing all that candy I couldn't eat just reminded me I was dangerously low on money. I bet whoever owned the place wasn't looking to hire someone like me to help out either. Turned away, but a soft voice called out to me before I could go. Wait, are you here to inquire about the job? The word job was music to my ears. I turned around so fast I almost fell over. In front of me was this real tall dame. We all know what a dame is. It's a woman. I ain't never seen a woman that tall before. She was dressed to the nines and looked like she had real heavy sugar. I guess that means she's sweet. Oh, lots of money. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, she's dressed. I keep doing that. I keep right-clicking. Yeah, she's dressed well. So, yep, she's got some money probably. Got the money, honey. I've got the time. I bet she's the one who owns this place. I nodded, but suspicious, like, you know, it's like, uh-huh. I'm Marie. What's your name? My name, huh? Well, I had to think about that for a second. I refuse to go by my real name, so let's tell her it's please type a name for the heroine presenter. If this is left blank, a name will be randomized. Randomized name, you say? Laverne. Naomi. Naomi. I like Naomi. It's Naomi. Naomi is it? Well, this certainly is an adorable name. You're here for that job, right? The way she said that was kind of shady, but I had nothing to lose. I mean, yeah, sure. Yep. Copacetic. Come in, come in. Great, excellent. Not at all pretentious sounding. She took me inside the place. Candy lined the walls. It looked legit, but, you know, well, too perfect somehow. I started putting the pieces together. So, a candy shop, huh? Pretty good cover, isn't it? Yep, I knew there was something else going on here. She led me into a back room and pushed a button that made the wall open up. Oh, that's so cool. We went down some stairs and... Sure enough, there was a speakeasy at the bottom of them. So, for those of you who are unaware, back in the 20s here in the States, there was a very, very brief time where alcohol was prohibited. It was called Prohibition. Couldn't drink alcohol. People didn't like that, you know, obviously. So lots of shady joints, you know, opened up to kind of, you know, give, you know, to satisfy, you know, a market. And, you know, to avoid, you know, law enforcement and stuff. So, like, a lot of fronts and stuff. Who's this plain Jane? Yeah, I'm a girl. You're one to talk. Ain't exactly a catch yourself. What was that, you bear cat? A bear cat. A hot-headed, fiery girl. Experts cannot agree on whether an actual bear cat animal would be terrifying or adorable. Probably a little bit of both. Now, take it easy, Amy. Huh. Bozo with no manners. This is Naomi. She's here about the job opening. Nice to meet you, Naomi. I'm Vivienne. Oh, but you can just call me Vivi for short. I nodded. This sourpuss here is Emilio. Don't pay him no mind. He's all bark and no bite. Got it. Says you. Says everyone. I beat it. Mill gave me the once-over. Got any experience bartending? Don't exactly look the type. Why, 'cause I'm Chinese? He waved his hand at that. After I thought about it, I figured this place don't care much about a person's color. Who ever heard of a dame mixing drinks? Couldn't argue with that. Not like I had any experience. I'm a quick study. Wonderful, we've got another bird here who can mix drinks well enough. But he's pretty tied up with other duties. Another bird. And that's a woman. Yeah, oh man, or a woman. A person. Why can't we just call every birdie by their actual species instead of using slang? This is sure confusing. We want someone who'll take his place so he can focus on music. Think you can do it? Marie and I'd love to have another girl here. I ain't in a position to be picky about work. If you'll have me, you're on. Copacetic. Where are you staying? Is it close to here? Well, I'll level with you, Mary. I left my parents' place, so I ain't got a place to stay right now. Is that gonna be a problem? You know, I know what level means, but I like reading the things. To be honest, if you're honest with someone, you're putting yourself on the same level as them, we guess. No worries, sweetheart, we got an extra room. All seem too good to be true. What's the catch? You're working at an illegal underground bartend, you know, like bar? It's like, there's the catch for you. How much does it pay? How does a sawbuck a week sound? Sawbuck a week, huh? $10 bill. A double sawbuck is a $20 bill. It is not, in fact, a male deer with sauce for antlers. A guy like me wasn't gonna complain about that. It was way more than I would have made staying with my parents. Copacetic. She beamed when I said that. Like I said, I'm a quick study. All I'm doing is bartending, mixing drinks, and helping out at a candy store upstairs. You'd be watching the place, really. It's easy. You'll do great. Alright, I've got no complaints. I'm in. Wonderful. I still don't think this is a great idea, Marie. We don't exactly got people lining up, you know. Give it up already. Emilio grumbles something in Spanish. I'm no Spanish expert, but it's probably not nice. Now I've got some business to take care of. Naomi, you should rest before tonight. The Blind Griffin opens at 6 o'clock on the dot. Be there and look sharp. Vivi, do you think you show her to the extra bed we've got? You've got it, Marie. Let's go. Say, ain't you got any luggage or anything? Nah, just the clothes on my back. Well, that means less to carry, I guess. This way. Have a nice nap, bear cat. Will do. He didn't seem to like that answer much, but I ignored him after that and walked out. Vivi and I went down another set of stairs and into a room on the left side of a hallway. It's a library. Well, a research room. Research? Never heard the word before. Oh, research is when you try to learn more about something that you don't know enough about. You can read about it or do experiments or ask people, you know, that sort of thing. I nodded. Vivi gestured for me to go ahead. I looked around, books everywhere. What do bootleggers have to do all this research for, I wondered. Stuck in the corner with some more shelves was a bed. A little cramped, but I don't take up much room anyhow. Wasn't exactly what I was thinking of when Marie said there was an extra room, but a place to sleep's a place to sleep. The speakeasy's open till late, so you should sleep now while you can. I nodded. Thanks, Vivi. Hey, no problem. Us girls gotta stick together, you know. You let me know if you need anything. I got it. Sleep tight. She left, and after taking off my jacket, I jumped into bed. I've been losing hope of landing a job, but maybe this will turn out alright. You know, that's what I was thinking of until I dozed off. A couple hours later, Vivi woke me up and we went back up to the speakeasy. Looked really nice, all lit up like that. Glad you can make it, Naomi. Can't be at my first day of the job, can I? We're still a good hour before the place opened for business. You look more like a dame with your hair down. Don't judge a woman by how womanly she looks, Emilio. I'll be angry with you. Sorry, Marie. You know I didn't mean it like that. I know you didn't, but still, be nice. Really, I'm sorry. I had to take that in for a second. You know, like what? Staring at the lines on Marie's face, though, I suddenly understood. I'm a woman. I was just born in the wrong kind of body, that's all. Oh. Okay. I'm not gonna judge. I don't see why anyone would really want to be a woman. Are you kidding? You girls have it way easier than us guys do. Women don't have to go off to war. You didn't go to war either, tough guy. Dry up, Vivi. Dry up. Shut up, probably. Yep, shut up, Amscrape. If your throat's too dry, then you can't really talk, so could that be the origin of this? Just then I heard the sound of arguing coming from the stairs. Sounds like the men are back. And what am I? Just a boy, Emmy. In walked a pair of regular sheiks, a big six and a stiff-looking bird wearing a cape. Big six. It seemed like a rich guy. Oh, just a big strap. Oh, yeah. It was a reference to the new 6-cylinder engines, not to a certain recent movie. Sheiks. Good-looking man. Sheba is the female equivalent. Ah. We're learning all kinds of things, aren't we? Does he know how silly that cape looks? Let me introduce you to the guys, Naomi. Who's the dame, Marie? This is Naomi. She's our new bartender. Is that so? Good to meet you. I'm Giovanni. If you have any questions, just ask me anytime. I nodded. A few seconds later, I noticed his outstretched hand, so I shook it in a hurry. Nice to meet you. way too serious. Hey Alex, say something to the girl, will you? Good evening, I'm Alexei. He had a real thick accent. Well, almost everyone in here had some kind of accent, but this, thick like butter. I nodded. Sorry, doll, he's what you call the slow to warm up type. Gang's all together. Isn't this the berries? What isn't this the berries? Something great, because berries are pretty great. This phrase usually has the in front of it. I had to wonder what all everyone did around here. Marie clearly owned the joint. Alexei and Giovanni probably the muscle. But Emilio and Vivi? Oh, Vivi looks like she's probably like a dancer or something. Or a singer. Emilio was obviously the bartender, but they say she wants him to do music eventually. He wants him to do? I don't know. Correct nomenclature for that. Gio, show Naomi the ropes, will you? You got it. Naomi, Gio's the one I was telling you about before, the musician. Oh, right. He'll take good care of you. Try and do what he says, alright? I nodded and went behind the counter with Giovanni. He took off his coat and hat and stowed them away. You ever mixed drinks before? Nope. But I learned quick. I believe you. That's no problem. Let's try this on for size. He handed me a glass and a metal cup thing. This here's a shaker. You shake things with it. Like martinis and stuff. How pathetic. He pulled out another glass and shook it for himself. He poured some alcohol and ice into him and started shaking. These are the basics for mixing. It's all the same technique. You just gotta learn what goes with what to make what else. Think you can do it? Sure. For the next half hour or so, we worked out some cocktails. It was a lot to remember, but I really wanted a job. I did my best to keep up. You weren't kidding about being a fast learner. Good job, kid. A few more nights and you might just be able to take over for me. By now, all the others had gathered around the bar. I thought Emilio was the bartender, but he's just a kid, obviously, so I guess that makes sense. Bartender. I thought they said he did. I thought they said he worked the bar. See, I mean, she's doing just fine. Yeah, let's see how she holds up in a week. Anyone could do good first day. By the way, I didn't get a chance to ask you before, but how'd you find out about this job anyway? It doesn't seem like you're kind of racket. I didn't see any reason to lie about it. I shrugged. Well, I didn't hear about it. Oh, not exactly. I followed the signs. It was just my luck you cats were hiring. Sorry I didn't mention that before. Marie and Giovanni just looked at each other for a sec before looking back at me. Signs? You know, the glowy smoke things in the air? They made a trail that led up right to here. The silence hung in the air for a while. You are a magician. Alexei was the first to speak up, strangely enough. But his words made no sense to me. Oh, what? A magician! It means you can use magic, Naomi! Baloney, I ain't no magician. You see a Wander Witch's hat on me? But only magicians can see those signs. Those are secret messages for others of our kind. There should be signs like that in lots of cities, especially the big ones like San Francisco. Haven't you seen them before? No, but I ain't exactly been here long. Where did you live before? Sacramento. I'm sure there's covens there too. You never saw signs like these in Sacramento. I already told you I didn't. I think I'd remember if I did. Calm down, Bearcat. Don't tell me what to do, Buster. Why, you... Look, I don't know nothing from nothing about magic or magicians. This is the first I heard of any of this. Well, it's not totally unheard of, the situation. Perhaps you were just in part of Sacramento where the coven couldn't reach. It is rare, but it does happen. Have you ever noticed anything strange happen around you? Times where you wished for something to happen and they happened just like that? And I thought back. Now that they were mentioning it, I could think of plenty of examples. Times when I wished it would stop raining, and it did. Times when I was dealing with some bully, and suddenly when they touched me, they said it burned like fire. Things I thought were just coincidences. I'm a magician? Absolutely. Join the club. Wait, you're all magicians? Got it in one. This is gonna be a little bit of a problem. How so? Well, now you gotta take the exam. Exam? What's that? It's a test. See, we magicians have this thing called the Grand Council, a bunch of old fogies who make decisions about the way things are run. Every magician has to be approved by the council. Usually they find you at a young age and train you to take this exam. If you fail, you get your magic taken away and your memory wiped. I lose my memory if I don't pass? Dead men tell no tales, but amnesiac don't neither. Since we found out that you've got magic potential, it's our duty to report you to the council. One of us will be your mentor. We'll train you, and then you'll take a magic exam administered by council representatives. Will she be able to handle both that and being a bartender at the same time? They all turned to me. Their eyes were questioning, expecting. I didn't know if I really wanted to be a magician right then, but losing my memory of this place would be a problem. Sure, of course I will. I can do it. Copacetic. Our coven's going to be even numbered at last. If she passes, that is. Why you gotta be such a wet blanket, Emmy? Oh, dry up, Viv. I ain't a wet blanket, just a realist. That's not the word I use. I don't care. Alright, enough from you two. Now, Naomi, I know this would be a lot to take in. What do you turn in for the night? Well, aren't I supposed to be working? Yeah, I was like, yeah, what about the job? Ain't this place about to open? We did fine without you up until now. We can survive one more night. Marie's right. Get some rest. We can talk more in the morning. Well, if you put it that way, then alright. I'll take you up on that. Can you find the way to the room by yourself? Yeah, I think I got the hang of it. Just one stairway down. How hard could it be? Alright. Good night, Naomi. What? Ooh, Nanate doll? Night? Oh, I don't get a description for that word. Alright. Full of mixed feelings, I went down the stairs to my new room. Of course, I tossed and turned the whole night, but what do you expect? I mean, it's not every day you're told you're a magician. November 30th, 1925. After I woke up the next morning, I went upstairs to the speakeasy. The boys were nowhere to be seen, but Vivi and Mary were sitting at the bar talking. Oh, good morning, Naomi. Did you sleep well? I did alright, thanks. You got bags under your eyes. Found me out, did you? It's normal to be nervous. I know I was before I took my exam. So, I was wondering about this last night, but all of you are magicians, right? I asked yesterday, but it hadn't really sunk in. You got it, all 5 of us. Soon to be 6. Did you all get here the same way I did? Well, sort of. Gio and I were trained by the same mentor. After I came to own this building, I made it the headquarters for our coven. My mentors left town, see, so someone had to fill in the gap. Alexei trained and took his exam in Russia before he came to America. I did the same in New York. Emmy's really the only one who found this place the same way you did. Giovanni mentored him, and that was a ways back. So with 5 of you here, who's going to be my mentor? Well, I'd love to teach you, but I don't think I'm far along enough yet. I take singing a lot more seriously than magic, so I'm not much of an expert. What about you, Marie? I'm afraid I'm not the teaching sort. The type of magic I specialize in can't really be taught. Wouldn't you just teach outside of your specialization? Specialization? How silly me going on and on about when you're still a newbie. There's 5 basic types of magic: fire, water, earth, air, and light, or dark. So there's 6 types of magic. All magicians can use any of them, but usually we have one type we like best. That's our specialization. Mine's air, you see. You sing a few bars and I felt the room heat up. I can change the chemicals in the air or make the air hotter or colder, that sort of thing. I'm a walking air conditioner. That's singing. Oh, I don't have to sing, I just like it. But I still have lots to work on. What's your specialization, Marie? You just laughed softly instead of answering. Well, I wonder what it is. Don't be such a tease, Marie. The gal's entitled to her secrets, isn't she? That's true. Vivi shook her head. Anyhow, you've got to choose a mentor out of the guys. And they're fine with that. We all talked about it last night after you went to bed. Any one of them would be happy to take you on. Giovanni's probably the best choice. He's nice, smart, and he's the best magician out of all of us. He's the real Cat's Pajamas. I know what Cat's Pajamas means, but I just gotta read it. Something cool, great, and or awesome. The absolute best. If you manage to get a cat to wear pajamas, you're pretty great. That's probably true. He's very laid back, though. You might have to push him if you want to learn more. Alexei, on the other hand, is a very hardworking man. He studied magic very closely and understands it on a real technical level. But he's pretty serious too, so watch out. Emmy, well, you know him. A real firecracker. He talks big, but he's got a big heart too. Emilio's quite talented. If you can get along with him, I'm sure he'd be a good mentor. The men all had their good and bad points for sure. It wasn't going to be an easy choice. How long do I have before the exam? I got a message from the council this morning. They work fast. Your exam's going to be on February 5th, so you've got a few months. It seems like a real short time to be learning something like this. No, you don't have to be a master magician by then. You just have to show them that you know what you're doing and won't make a mess of things. You know, the basics. The council don't want magicians doing anything evil. Magic should be used for good. Yeah, I guess I can understand that. I could hear a low chattering sound from nearby. Oh, sounds like they're back. They had to pick up the new shipment of booze from the harbor. Well, there's no time like the present. Who's gonna be your mentor? I like Alexei the best. Let's pick him. Alex, huh? I mean, he's the smartest, right? He obviously knows, you know, how in-depth it all is, so he's probably the best mentor, I think, on a technically speaking level, you know? So, like, if we want to learn the technical aspects of magic, he's our go-to. Is there a problem? Well, no, Alex is a hard worker, and I'm sure he'll make a great mentor. But he's a little... strict? How strict are we talking? I am never any more strict with any another person than I am with myself. Oh, Alex, I didn't hear you come in. I trust there is a good reason why you're all sitting around discussing my personality. Naomi's chosen you to be her mentor. I see. And why have you chosen me? Out of the guys here, you're the most teacher-like? Is that meant to be a compliment or an insult? Either, it's just how I feel. Take care of her, will you? We'll make sure that she passes her exam. That's not what I said. Well, there's no time like the present, as they say. Shall we head to the library? Alright. Good luck, sweetheart. It worried me they were all wishing me luck like that. I wondered if Alexei really was all that bad. Incidentally, I did not say so just now, but I am honored to have been chosen. I will endeavor to not disappoint you. Not like I have anyone to compare you to, anyhow. I won't understand whether you're a good mentor or not. That's encouraging. Please have a seat. He gestured toward the desk, and I sat down while I started rifling through the bookshelves. I'm hope you're not going to. Books are important for a fundamental overview of magic study. We cannot progress any further before you understand the fundamentals. But just wait there quietly. I sighed. How was I going to tell him that I couldn't read? A few minutes later, he dropped a pile of heavy-looking books in front of me. These books are old, but very good. I do not expect you to memorize them. Of course, but... I can't read. Finally blurted it out. You... what? I can't read. Forget books, I can't even read street signs or anything. But you said you followed the glowing smoke signs to get here. I couldn't read them, I just followed the arrows. I see. You look like someone who just told him his dog died. If you do not mind my asking, why can you not read? You do not pay attention to school. I didn't get to go to school. My family was poor, so I had to work when I was a kid. I picked up some things from when I used to go to church, but that was years and years ago. I just cannot believe that there could be someone who cannot read in this day and age. Lots of people can't read. Sorry we don't have all the free time to sit around and do magic tricks. And I started thinking that maybe I'd made a big mistake picking this guy to be my mentor. Vivi Maria said that he was strict, but I felt like he was cold. No sympathy. Before I could say anything else, though. I'm sorry, I did not mean to blame you. Certainly, it is not your fault that you've never learned. It is only that this complicates matters. Do I really have to learn magic by reading books? I stared at the ground for a long time. Reading is a necessary skill. As I am your mentor, it falls on me to also teach you to read. Can I assume you cannot write either? I shook my head. Then I shall teach you to read and write. Won't that take a long time? What about magic? For the time being, your magic lessons will have to be more practical and hands-on. Between those, I will do my best to give you up to a reasonable reading level. Sounded like a lot of trouble. My first thought was to just walk out of there, but I suppose it would be useful knowing how to read, not just so I can learn magic, but for other things. A whole new world shall open up to you, I promise. Walked back over to the shelf and picked up a different book. Shall we start? No time like the present. Alexei managed a tiny little smile before setting the book in front of me. Repeat after me. A-E-I-O-U. A-I-O-U. Vowels. So I started learning magic from Alexei. Well, that and reading. I picked up reading a lot quicker than I thought I would. I suppose it's a little easier learning when you're older. I still don't think reading's really my racket, but it's surprisingly fun. Alexei's pretty stuffy and all, but he's fair, and he owns up to his mistakes. But if we're talking about mistakes, I made way more. I assume that's Chinese. The glass explodes, but luckily it doesn't hurt me or Alexei. I believe I told you to be careful when infusing the chemicals with your magic power. I was trying to be careful. Things do not explode when one is being careful. He's such a nag. I'll be more careful next time. I've gotten to know him well enough to know that there's no point in butting heads with him. Besides, he's right. I wasn't completely focused. Alright, I'm sorry. I'll be more careful now on. That's good to hear, but how exactly do you plan to do that? Huh? Do you even comprehend what exactly you did wrong? I sigh. Look, aren't you being ridiculous? I'm new to magic. You will never improve if you don't fully understand your mistakes. That is what I am attempting to impress upon you. The only thing you're impressing upon me is that you're a nag. I'm sorry I made a mess, but you... Alright, stop. I understand now. What? I understand that you have no idea whatsoever what you are doing. Magic is dangerous, and it's clear that you do not truly understand that. I am banning you from practicing magic until you've reflected properly. In the meantime, I shall have you practice more reading. It will do you much needed good. What? You can't ban me? I am your mentor. I will do what I believe to be best for your growth as a magician. If I don't get all the practice I can right now, I might fail my exam. You will only fail if you continue to show a lack of seriousness towards the magic craft. Look, the only reason I'm even having trouble is focusing is because you give me so much reading and writing to do. Pill. Newfangled slang insults do not affect me, and you're only making excuses for yourself. Are you satisfied with mediocrity? I don't even know what mediocrity means. Exactly. Come on, let's clean up and leave the lab behind. That is final. As we clean up the mess, I try over and over to get him to change his mind, but he won't budge. How am I going to get better at magic if I can't practice? December 11th, 1920. It's been a few days, and today everyone's sitting around the speakeasy in the afternoon. True to his word, Alexei piled more reading and writing practice on me. Annoying work made more annoying by the fact that I'm being forced to do it. Still, I can't deny that my handwriting's gotten better since then. But I won't tell him that. He'll just gloat. Naomi's completely taken my place as the bartender. You're doing great, doll. Thanks. But business is still too slow. As I said before, it was naive to think that things would instantly improve upon hiring a new bartender. We have got to advertise, reach out to new customers. Our moonshine's the best around. If only more people would come, that'd win them over. How do you know our booth is the best? What other joints got magicians working on the brew? Alexei does great work. You won't win any favors flattering me, you know. Aw, don't give me icy mitt like that. Icy mitt. Rejection. To give or throw someone the icy mitt is to reject them. Do not try this at home, kids. I've noticed these two don't always get along. I wonder why. Seems like Giovanni likes Alexei enough. It's a swell idea and all, wanting to advertise, you know. But how? And what are we advertising? Because remember, this is an illegal joint. A lot of restaurants are serving booze nowadays. Maybe we should start selling food. We don't have the manpower budget for that. Everyone sighs. This is the catch about this job I was worried about. Well, aside from the whole if I don't pass this exam I'll lose my memory bit. I landed a decent paying job alright, but it turns out the place might go out of business if we don't do something quick. Figured. When I look around at everyone though, I get an idea. How about we play up the music stuff? What do you mean? The way I see it, Giovanni and Vivi are pretty nifty musicians, right? So what if you focus on that? Drawing the crowd by saying we've got real hoppin' music? That may work. The only thing people in this country like better than alcohol is jazz. How pathetic. We could spread rumors that the Blind Griffin's jazz is the cat's meow. And once they're here, the booze will have them hooked. Now you're talking. Everyone gets excited without talking about their plans. We spread rumors around town. It should help gather more attention. Perhaps we should make flyers to pass out. I'll help. No, Naomi, you stay here. Suddenly drops a pile of books in front of me. Where did you... Does he have magic pockets or something? An invisible book bag? The best you can do right now is study more. I've been doing nothing but studying for days. It is for your own good. I want to help promote the Blind Griffin with the rest of you. Just do what Alexei says, Bearcat. You picked him as your mentor, so you gotta listen. But a strong foundation is the key to becoming skilled at magic. Oh, big words coming from someone who won't let me do anything hands-on. What am I supposed to build my foundation on? Research and theory are important parts of magic as well. All of us magicians here have to do research and study theory. I never see Giovanni Marie doing any research. Silence. Oh, maybe I stumped him there. Doll. You should not compare yourself to them. Not everyone is fortunate enough to be born with genius. And how do you know that I'm not a genius too? I do not know. However, even geniuses can benefit from learning more about theory. Please, just trust me on this and do as I say. Is it just me or is his voice shaking? He doesn't sound angry or anything. If anything, he sounds... Are you listening to me, Naomi? Huh? Oh, yeah. Yes. I let out a big sigh. Chin up, doll. Alex means well. He really knows his stuff. You can't go wrong with doing what he says. Oh, he's got like words written on his arm. I wonder what they say. Alright. We all split up and I take the pile of books back to the research room. Maybe I can shut him up and learn all this by heart. Try my best to stay optimistic. I hit the books again. Hitting the books, but they don't hit back. Quiet day in the research room. I'm getting sick of looking at books. But at least Alexei's not around to tell me what to do right now. I don't know where the older trio went off to, but me, Vivi, and Emilio are all in here. Emmy, which sounds better? This? She sings a few bars of music. Or this? She sings another few bars of music. I can't tell the difference, but Emilio has a serious look on his face, so maybe he can. I think the second one? Wait, what are you trying to do? I want a melody that jogs people's memories. I want them to hear it and think back to the good times, you know? Sounds complicated. Maybe it has to be longer. Sing it again and I'll think about it. Those two sure get along well. How long have you two known each other anyway? Huh? I heard Giovanni mentored you a couple years ago, but how long has everyone been here? Well, let's see. Marie's almost 30, I think. Oh, don't tell her I told you that. But she's been running this place almost 10 years. She has been here with her since then. As for Alexei, I mean, do you know more about him? I wasn't around back then, see? I only came from New York 2 years ago. I was 18 then. But she's 20 now. I helped her. I had her pegged for even younger. About Alex? Yeah, he's been here around 5 years, I reckon. He came stateside when he was 19, he said, after the Tsar and his family got killed. Whoa, that sounds heavy. Guess I can't blame him for being a little cold. If he came stateside at the age of 19, he's been here for 5 years. He's got to be at least in his mid-20s. Was he already here when you got here? Nah, I was here first. Been here 8 whole years to start learning Magic Geo when I was 11. Wow, so 19 and 20, eh? No wonder you two get along being so close in age. How old are you, Naomi? We never asked. There's no way you're a dear over 16. You could say you're 14, I'd believe you. End up frowning. Do I really look that much like a kid? I turned 22 a couple months ago. See? Just like I thought. Wait, what? You're really 22? Tell it to Sweeney. An exclamation of doubt and surprise comparable to, there's no way that's true. I'm calling BS. I don't know who Sweeney is. I get that a lot. Chinese folks age slow, I guess. I know where you're 22. If true, then tell me something that happened in 1910. I was only 6. Great excuse that is. Damn, I hate losing arguments with this guy. I think hard. Oh, there was a huge fire in the forest, one as far as Washington and Montana. Gosh, you weren't there, were you? Nah, but my family was in Oregon back then. I think my parents were worried about the fire spreading to our state. Everyone was on edge and kept talking about it. You could have looked that up and read about it later. Do I really look like someone who reads the paper? Vivi laughs. It's true, you look more someone who'd be selling papers. We all got a good laugh out of that. I feel like I'm ready to be good. I feel like I'm getting to be good friends with them, Vivi and Emilio. Yeah, things are going nice. It is December 18th. 2 days later, Alexei still hasn't lifted the ban on me practicing, but he at least lets me sit in the lab and observe. Well, I work on another reading assignment, that is. From time to time, I look up to see what he and Giovanni are doing, but their stuff is, kind of beyond me. While I'm reading, the sound of breaking glass grabs my attention. Stop fooling around. Whoa. I think back to over a week ago when I made the glass jar explode. Alexei hadn't yelled at me then. I don't think he was even angry, just exasperated. But whenever Giovanni's involved, he gets sore so fast. It's like Giovanni just dropped a beaker. Is that really something to yell about? Sorry, Alex, I slipped. You slipped? It was an honest mistake. I'll pay for another beaker. Money is not the issue here. With your skill level, you should be innovating. You should be making a real difference in the world of magic. But instead, you spend most of your time playing the saxophone and making a racket. When you are in the lab, you aren't focused. Giovanni just shrugs. Some things are more important than magic, Alex. Look, I didn't ask to be born a magician. Why should it be my responsibility to innovate and whatnot? You. Oh no, Alex looks really angry. Angry? Watch him. The argument's got nothing to do with me. I might make things worse if I intervene. You do not appreciate anything that you have. Or being too melodramatic, Alex. I can't argue with that. Enough with this. I need some air. Wait. Before Alexei can say another word, though, Giovanni walks out of the lab. Alexei's stunned for a few seconds, but he takes a deep breath. I apologize for the commotion. It's alright. I suppose this is a good time for me to take a break. How far along are you coming in your assignment? Have a look. He comes over to look at my book and the notes I've been taking. I usually write down a lot of the words that I don't recognize when I'm reading. It takes a long time for me to look them up in the dictionary, true, but still doing that helps me remember. I know I complained a lot, but I've gotten a lot better at reading and writing the last 10 days, so thanks. It was worth it. I expected him to say I told you so, but he unexpectedly smiles instead. Good to hear. Hard work will always be rewarded. He looks over my notes for a while. Seems you have improved tremendously. Perhaps you truly are a genius. Hearing that gives me some mixed feelings, but I nod anyway. Well, looks like it's about time I lifted that ban. You mean... Yes, you may practice magic again. Yes! End up like jumping up and down a little. I'm just so excited to get back to actually using magic. What is it? He's not gonna scold me for getting excited, is he? You know, I've noticed this for some time, but when you are particularly emotional, the area around you seems to shift around. What do you mean? Well, it's as if light gathers around you. Ah! He abruptly gets up and picks a book off the shelf. He flips through it for a little while before coming back to me. I knew I heard of this before. You are bending the light around you. I'm what? You're not aware of it? I don't even understand what you're talking about, man. Light is one of the elements of magic. Right, I learned that already. You are unconsciously manipulating the light around you. This seems to suggest that it is your specialty. You have a natural ability for it. Light magic's my specialty. I was hoping to be fire or something cool. And no doubt you only think of light as something weak and useless, but it is quite a rare and useful element to specialize in. Rare? Yes, I have not encountered another light magic user in some time, if I recall correctly. Flips through the book's pages again and lands on the page with some diagrams. Here, can you read this? I lean over and squint down at the open pages. I think so? The pictures help. This is some detailed explanation on light magic. It would be good if you try this out and educate yourself on light magic. Alright, but I can really practice magic now, right? Yes, read well and practice until you master it. Wow, I've never been so excited about reading a book. I sit down and get to work while Alexei supervises. Oh, it's Christmas Eve. Since Alexei put me on the right track, I've really taken to light magic. A lot more useful than I first thought. And light can be powerful if it's concentrated. You can burn things. But even besides that, I figured out how to do a lot of really interesting, pretty things with the light. It's hard not having a specialty that's more common because there's not a lot of books about it. But it's fun figuring stuff out on my own. Did I just lament a lack of books? Jeez, man, Alexei's trained me well. Is everything ready for tonight? I think so. Blind Griffin is expecting a big crowd on Christmas Eve. A lot of people are supposed to be coming tonight. It would seem that our methods for attracting new customers have worked. Getting people to come isn't a problem, it's getting them to come back, and often, right? You have a point there. I'm sure it'll be fine. Well, I gotta think positive. Thinking positive will not take you out of the red financially, Marie. Hey, paying off the cops isn't cheap, you know. It's not my fault. If you do not mind me asking, how many new dresses have you bought this month, Marie? Marie makes it sound like a fish that's been pulled out of water. Anyhow, I've been practicing my light magic loads, so maybe I can help out with more than just bartending tonight. Giovanni comes up to the bar while I'm polishing glasses. Sure you don't need my help tonight, doll? There's gonna be a lot of people. I shake my head. You've got a lot to do, Mr. Master Violinist. Me and Emilio will manage somehow. He does work the bar. Okay. Haha, if you say so. I'll leave it to you then. A few hours later, the crowd starts coming in. I leave 2 spots at the bar open. Huh, why is anyone sitting here? I'm pretty sure Mr. Yamada and Miss Grierson will be here tonight. Oh yeah, I guess they come almost every night, huh? Well, if they're not here by 9, you better let other people sit there. Or else the scary one's gonna have words for you. Doesn't Alexei know you call him that? Who said anything about Alex? You said his name, not me, so that means you think he's pretty scary too. That makes you my accomplice, so you better help me keep that nickname a secret, Bearcat. I shake my head and sigh, but Emilio just laughs and walks off. Fair enough, Mr. Yamada comes in with the cat. Maybe that's a dog. That's a cat. Comes and sits down before the hour's up. There's so many people here tonight. Is there some kind of party going on, Naomi? Nah, we just started advertising more. And it's Christmas Eve, too. Odd depressed people. Business sure picked up after you started working here. It's got nothing to do with that, trust me. What's got nothing to do with you, dear? Oh, Mrs. Grierson, good evening. He sits down next to Mr. Yamada and his dog, Arrow. The 2, well, 3 of them are the Blind Griffin's only regulars. Really? I don't know how they wandered into a place like this. They ain't magicians or anything. But Marie told me they've been coming here for years. Anyhow, they're the only company I got most nights, so try to be extra nice, you know? We were talking about how busy the place is tonight, old bat. Oh, what an interesting conversation topic, old hound. You two sure get along well. You've even got special nicknames. I'm glad to still have a sharp sparring partner in my old age. He pets Arrow's head and fishes a dog treat out of her pocket to give him. Don't spoil my dog. He won't eat dinner if you feed him now. Why are you bringing your dog to a bar? Oh, you're being much too dramatic, old hound. What do you two have tonight? Whiskey. Sherry and gin, please, Noyemi. Coming right up. After I take care of Mr. Yamada and Mrs. Grierson, I work on mixing drinks with the other customers. Giovanni and Vivi are on stage getting warmed up. I didn't hear they'd be having a Negro singer. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, that's the thing. I look up from the counter. Is it even legal for her to perform? We're sitting in a speakeasy, you know. Haha, you've got a point. But what if she starts singing some weird voodoo stuff? Typical. I guess a bar like the Blind Griffin's bound to be strange folks. Got a weird look or two for being Chinese. And looking like a kid. But Vivi will be fine, I know it. She and Giovanni finally get up on stage. Now, I know a lot of you folks have heard about our amazing songstress Vivienne and master musician Giovanni. But I suppose that isn't much of a jazz band, so we've brought in some volunteers, too. She gestures to her left, and there's Alexei playing on a little piano squished next to the stage. Huh, I didn't know he could play. He doesn't look too happy about it, though. Without any further ado, here's Vivian singing All My Love for You. Giovanni starts with a slow violin solo that turns into a peppy fiddle tune. Then when Vivi starts singing, everyone else stops talking. He's a regular songbird. What does it matter, really, if she's Negro? It's all the same once her voice gets on a record. True enough, sure enough. Her magic doesn't hurt either. By the end of the night, I bet half the room will be in love with her. After 2 songs, everyone's got their eyes on the stage. Now that nobody's looking at what I'm doing, maybe I can help. I raise my hands up and focus on the light in the room, thinking about it glowing, sparkling. The lights flicker and the whole room starts to glow with a beautiful light. It makes Vivi dazzle even more and she sings her heart out. Wow, how are they doing that? Must be some special kind of light bulbs. Just a little bit more. But then all of a sudden I hear people screaming. What's happened? I can't see. What are they talking about? Giovanni leaps off the stage. Everyone calm down now, it's just a little power outage. Emilio, why don't you go and check on the breaker? Leans over, whispers something to Emilio, who nods. You got it, Gio. Emilio runs behind the counter and stays there glowering at me. What are they going on about? I can see just fine. Everyone just stay calm and close your eyes. It'll be brighter once the lights come back on. I guess the lights used up too much electricity. Alexei gets up from the piano and walks over to me. Noyemi, you need to calm down and fix this. Well, what do you mean fix this? This is your doing, so you must reverse it. I don't. You have taken the lights out of all the non-magicians' eyes. You must restore it, else they will stay blinded. Perhaps permanently. Ah! That's why they're all going on about not being able to see. Focus, Noyemi. You're more than capable of reversing this mistake. I nod and try to imagine the lights going back to normal. No more glowing or sparkling. Okay, now open your eyes, everyone. Sighs of relief are heard all around. There now, you did just fine. Don't ever do it again! Alexei and Marie go to help take care of the customers. The night goes on without a hitch after that. But I can't help feeling a bit disappointed in myself for screwing that up. Oh, we didn't know it was going to happen. After helping close up the bar, I'm sitting in my room. Can't believe I blinded everyone tonight. Could have ended terribly. I don't even want to think about how angry Alexei is going to be. Just then I heard a knock at the door. Noyemi, are you still awake? Speak of the devil and he will appear. Yeah, I'm still awake. Come on in. Are you reflecting on what happened? I'm mortified. I didn't mean for that to happen. I know that you did not. However, next time you should tell me if you are planning on using magic of that scale. I could have helped you. Really? I'm your mentor. It's my job to support you. He's a lot calmer than I expected, but that just makes me feel even worse somehow. I just wanted to help. I know. I tried too hard to use magic I wasn't familiar with. I should have practiced more first. Perfectly alright to make mistakes, you know. That's part of the learning process. That's completely different from what you said before when you banned me from using magic a few weeks ago. I was only irritated then because you were not reflecting on your actions. You were being careless and you had no idea why you had messed up. No, worse than that, you did not wish to know. I never thought of it that way before, but I suppose he has a point. I was being pretty stubborn. However, it is clear to me right now that you are reflecting seriously. You understand what you did wrong and will try not to make the same mistake in the future. Or am I wrong? No, I'm reflecting, really. Still, I mean, is there ever a point when you become a master and just perfectly control your magic? Or, I mean, do you still make mistakes? I do. Everyone does. Seems unlike you to make mistakes. On the contrary, I do not have the genius or raw talent that people such as Giovanni possess. So I have to rely on practice. I have to rely on the experience that comes from making 1,000 mistakes. You're being downright poetic. Am I? Yep, but thanks. I feel better talking to you about it. I'm glad, but next time let me know what you are planning. I am your mentor. I will not deny your requests or ideas without good reason. But you will deny them. Sometimes, perhaps. Depends on the situation. We both laugh. Get some sleep. It's been a long day. Yeah. Yes, I think I will. Good night, Alexei. Good night, Noyemi. He leaves the room. My heart is feeling much lighter. I change into more comfortable clothes and fall asleep. It's Christmas. Hooray. You know what? I think I'm going to call it here. So that was the Blind Griffin. You can download it in the link below. Completely free. Play. It's a cute little otome game. I really liked it. I like the atmosphere and the setting. The characters seem pretty cool. So give this one a look. Won't cost you anything but your time. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more quick looks. And have a good day, everybody, and take care.